You're able to just kind of sit back, right? You know, like
So sometimes that works out if it's a big. Yes, I think he also does all his graphic things and stuff. I was just gone for 4 days. I came back and they'd installed Chrome and everything was awesome. My 10-year-old saw Spider-Man with her. He was trying to come to us. And so he just like, you know, like, honey.
turbo was.
No, it's, oh, good. We didn't even go with drywall. We were like,
Oh yeah.
Priority. Having fun using.
I'm supposed to tell you about the nonprofit that this is a benefit for. It's called I'ola Na'aina Momona, and that means to keep the lands fertile. The life of the land should be fertile. So it's hard to talk about land in this context, right? We're in a place where the land is under dispute, and there's cultural beliefs about land. You know, I own this land, I paid money for it, I have a title. But that's not enough. It's really not enough to say that you belong in a community because you purchased something. Because if you don't talk to people, if you don't look at your neighbor and say, oh wow, why is my neighbor struggling so much? Not to look at your neighbor and say, oh, that guy ties the door of his truck on with a rope, what a dope. Figure out how to get money. You know, that's how we do end up getting a lot of you know, hatred within the community, is when we don't show each other value and respect. So I think that what's really important is to understand that people have contributions to make that aren't money. And those are very valuable contributions. I think that coming from a family where my mom's side of the family was under Dutch colonial rule, and they were treated as second-class citizens, even though, you know, they did earn money, they worked really hard. But it gives you an internalized sense of inferiority. That you are always you're always going to be under scrutiny. You're always going to lack credibility. You're always never going to be enough. And I think it's time to, you know, put that weapon down. You know, economics is not something that we should be using to attack and harm each other. It should be something that, you know, facilitates our culture being healthy. If it's going to continue to exist, which it will, then we have to pitch in and we have to participate in it so that our communities actually end up getting better because of our economic activity. So, I'ola Na'aina Momona was founded to help kalu coffee farmers with land security, because here the real estate industry is very lucrative, and the higher you can boost a plot of land up for, you know, and sell it maybe 5 or 6 times, subdivide it, sell those again. I mean, farmers can't farm. How are you supposed to have local farmers if you can't have land that they can afford? And then, you know, you could go back to the Hawaiian system and give people land, but then that threatens everybody. Oh no, you're giving away things. Yes, we are. Oh no, people get to do things for free. Yes, they do.
Wow.
Yes, they do. Okay, so this farm is a black box. We have coffee business happening on this farm, coffee trading and brokerage. And that is bringing in revenue, and that is, you know, a financial function. But this farm can do a lot more than that. And it can feed a lot of people. And we don't have to charge everyone. I mean, one of the most rewarding things I've ever seen is when I was growing vegetables, and we brought baskets of vegetables to this family who was out of money. And watching how the mom sat down and like hugged this giant tatsoi, and she was like, oh, vegetables. Like, oh my god, you know, oh my god, a tatsoi made her that happy. It didn't cost. How much did that tatsoi seed cost? Really? So.
Wow.
You know, we can do those things. We can look at that face and be like, I can put a smile on that face, you know? And it doesn't have to be anything big. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. You know, we need to know each other. We need to communicate. We need to connect. And we need to respect. Yeah? All right. So thank you, everybody.
Malian!
Let's give it up for Kaliko Beamer-Trapp. He's a Welshman. He's a Hawaiian. He's a teacher of Olelo, and he's kind of a magician. He's being modest. Okay.
Okay.
In 1776 is founded upon natural law. We hold these truths to be self-evident, meaning no man or group of men is like writing down these truths, you know, the pursuit of a life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And all men are created equal. So that political venue, 1776, historically and actually founded on natural law, Kealoha's law. Now, Hawaiian Kingdom, another political venue, interestingly, is also founded on natural law, Kealoha's law. God hath made of one blood all nations of men, people, to dwell on earth in unity and blessedness. So Kaliko Kamehameha III is, unlike, I believe, any other monarch, without a internal revolution occurring, decides that he's going to support natural law, which makes all people, whether you're a chief or you're a subject or you're a tourist or whoever you are, all people being in the same ohana, God's ohana, made of one blood, all nations of people, but also all people, chiefs and subjects and everybody, subject to the same law, one in the same law. So for those that would consider Hawaii's, a Hawaiian kingdom, which is a constitutional monarchy, as being someplace where if you don't have Kanaka Maoli blood, if you're not native Hawaiian, that you can't vote, that you're a second-class citizen, or they might even kick you off the island. No. Hawaiian kingdom, even though it is a constitutional monarchy, is founded on natural law. Equality does not mean same. But we all have unalienable rights. And the most important unalienable right is the right to full disclosure. Now, I revealed a little bit of this, as some of you already know, and Tim, thank you so much, being a leader in the Democratic Party. Look it up, people. United States Code, Article 28, Section 3002, line 15, definition of United States. If you come to me later, I'll give it to you and you can look it up yourself. What is the definition of the United States according to the United States Code? Okay, they tell you. Federal corporation. No mention of government. No mention of the people and by the people. No mention of constitutional republic. It says federal corporation. So if we follow and obey the regulations coming out of this corporation, that's like Walmart coming to you and saying you owe these taxes. That's like Walmart or coming to you and saying you can't do this, you must do this, you must obtain a permit for that. Okay, by their own definition, they have self-declared themselves as a corporation. If you don't know the law, if you don't know that definition, too bad for you. You are operating within Roman civil law. You are operating within the law of man. And the law of man typically, historically, although with a lot of good intention, the law of man is a byproduct of politics and money. And sometimes politics includes like this, right? Politics and money. The law of Kealoha, which America 1776 and Hawaiian Kingdom 1839, founded on natural law. Natural law, once again, not written by man. What are the principles of natural law? Be truthful, do no harm, and honor your word. So when we talk about adjudicating issues between people, right now we pay thousands and thousands of dollars to a British accreditation regency lawyer or esquire to represent us in the federal corporation judicial system. So talk about crazy. If you know, and many people don't, what manner of law are we operating in? You must ask anyone you're dealing with in a lawful context. Ask the judge, ask the policeman, ask the teacher, what are you teaching me? Ask yourself, what manner of law, and I'm going to hold my integrity? Am I going to stay in honor? And I am a Christian. I'm not into religious dogma, but it is a natural law thing that thou shalt not bear false witness. So if we continually enforce and obey and comply to rules from the federal corporation, especially if we're not doing any harm, and no one brings forth evidence that we're doing harm, you've surrendered your unalienable right. And believe me, if you don't assert your right, you don't have any. You must assert your right with love. So when we go into the court system, whether we're talking on camera or in private with a judge or a friend, we have to be very clear what manner of law are we talking about here. So how does that apply to us right now? Well, this means that the key to your freedom and remedy you already possess. Okay? Your rights is not a privilege. Your rights is your rights, but you must remember who you are and where you are, and you must require, we must require that we operate in the true law of the land, which in Hawaiian Kingdom and America 1776, same exact law. This is the beauty of that. Unity in the law beyond political venue means the potential for unity in the people already exists. I don't have all the answers, but I do know if I stay in honor, that is all that is required of me. Now people ask me, because they go, oh Gene, so you're going to file declaration of true status, you're going to go to the courthouse, and oh by the way, they're very nice. The girls on the other side of the counter, they know exactly what we're doing, and they're very helpful. They go, you know what, Gene, if you're going to file 3 copies, they all got to be exact copies, so I'll make some extra copies for you. And they go ahead and do this, and they stamp it, because they know that it takes the public, it takes real people actually standing up and proclaiming their true status. And this is how government people, along with private people, work together after 120 in Hawaii after 124 years of unlawfulness and propaganda and military occupation. And oh, by the way, my dad fought for the American military. He fought in Europe. You know, he didn't know the true status of Hawaii, and he was born here, and he didn't know what happened to America in 1871. So a lot of suffering has gone on and continues to go on until people remember who they are and where they are. So from a practical standpoint, what I'm doing with others is we're creating a natural law jural assembly, which is a little fancier lawful sounding name for a natural law community, for true men and women to actually come together, hold themselves and each other accountable to real law, not to color of law. And I teach a class in Hilo at Central Christian Church in the basement. No religious dogma there. But thank God for Pastor Kevin, because he takes you know, honoring your oath very seriously. So mahalo to Pastor Kevin. And then in Pahoa, at the Pahoa Village Museum, Sarah Williams opens up her venue there, and we teach Natural Law 101. I have some flyers for that. And Natural Law 101, you guys have all pretty much gone through the class. It's done. You've graduated. Because we hold these truths to be self-evident. Okay, so I'm just telling you what you know, that you were born with this, and we are starting to simply live lawfully. You don't need to pay a British accreditation Regency Esquire to represent you and practice law. You simply have to live lawfully. You and you, all of us, we have to live lawfully. In our imperfection and humbleness, we live lawfully. Hold ourselves and each other accountable to the one and only law. Okay? So, any questions? Self-evident, huh?
No. So what I understand self-evident.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me about the implications of that.
The implication, okay. So one of my friends, and I didn't do this, but he, for example, he wants to drive his car because he has a right, not drive, excuse me, he wants to travel. So he covers his plate, and it says traveling not for commerce. Okay, the police officer stops him and gives him a citation. I have not re-registered my car. I feel it's important by not doing harm, but also engaging the status quo system in open rebuke with aloha. Okay, so that's how we begin to apply. We created an FCC-free radio station, low power. FCC-free simply means we're not going to contract with the federal corporation to get permission to exercise free speech. We are going to invite all of the civil defense people, all the other stations, to guide us with what frequency is going to be safe, that we won't be interfering with anybody else's frequency. We take seriously do no harm, but we're not contracting with the federal corporation. So we sent public notices to the mayor, all the county council members, and the police chief. Okay, all the other radio stations, all the newspapers, all the libraries, everybody knows. We gave the community 21 days to rebut in writing any of our claims if they saw our facts were incorrect. Nobody picked up the phone. Nobody wrote a letter. We sat down with Harry Kim one day after 93.5 went on the air. It's just low power FM. But I heard it reaches from Kaumana to Malama Market in Pahoa. But there's a lot of static in between. Yeah, I know. It's amazing. Okay, so we did that. But since that time, the fan burned out. And so now the transmitter overheats. So we're raising money to get another one. Another low power FM. It's only low power, but the symbolism is very meaningful because it gives the community an opportunity to discuss, you guys breaking the law, you didn't get permission. No, we don't need permission to exercise our right to free speech. And oh, by the way, what happened to Hawaii 124 years ago? FCC and the United States, God bless them, whether it's the former constitutional republic, which got ended in 1871, or it's the federal corporation, which got born in 1871. In either political venue, it's not lawful in Hawaii. Now that doesn't mean we kick off all the people who are ultimately agents of the crown. We don't kick them out. We come and aloha and ho'oponopono each other, just like this circle right here. And we're all stuck using Federal Reserve notes until good people have technologies and ways for us to, create our own economy, to create our own exchange systems, our own networks of growing food and educating our people and healing our people and being held accountable, to ourselves and each other. This takes responsibility. And perhaps the controllers look at all the sheeple and go, you guys don't have a capacity to manage yourselves. We're the ones, yeah, it's a fraud, but we're the ones who are going to manage you. If we don't take that responsibility to exercise our God-given rights, then shame on us and we get what we deserve. So I'm just giving you some information. Probably a lot of you know that lady right there. She knew, oh, it's a federal corporation. So what are the implications? If it's a self-defined federal corporation, you are now obligated to say, Aole, I'm not complying because I'm trying to stay in honor. I'm trying to not, perpetuate a false paradigm, an unlawful paradigm. But it's also the key to our freedom. And especially in Hawaii, where the aloha spirit and Hawaiians of all colors come together, akamai, aloha spirit, ho'oponopono, forgiveness, good music, and we have the access to the aina, the technology and the skills to actually flip that old paradigm and begin, to make it a win-win for everybody.
Yes, it's awesome because what you're saying goes along with like what Daniel's doing and what I want to do to join him, and by exchanging, basically bartering, and we can get fancy and say yes, this is a system and credit system and all this stuff, but basically it doesn't involve government taxation when we exchange our, our skills and hours or whatever. So
well, because the government is not a government and they write corporate law at the whim of politics and money, there will come a time when your unalienable rights will be trespassed. You need to be prepared to self-declare your true status, Hawaii's true status, America's true status, and your unwillingness to comply
well, then
to
that's
false
another
claims.
Programming to say you require that.
Well, once again, everyone is supported in their right to a claim. But we as true humans are required to require ourselves and each other to bring forward facts and evidence in the public venue that supports your claim. So if FCC comes and go, oh, Gene, you guys got to get permission from us. Oh, great. You guys got a claim. Now we have a natural law jural assembly. We don't have U.S. citizens because U.S. citizens, by definition, are wards of the state. They're owned by the corporation. Okay? When your mom, without full disclosure, signs you over to the Social Security Administration to apply, right? You know this, right?
Yeah, we know this.
Okay, so not full disclosure means that adhesion contract is null and void. Okay? That's real basic. You have to know this. You have to speak this. You have to put it in writing. And anyone who's going to rebut that, they need to put it in writing with facts and evidence to prove otherwise if their claim is otherwise. But we can do this with Aloha. We don't, people don't have to be all freaked out.
Yeah, but then the only thing that bothers me is that, like, people who declare themselves, separate from the
Sovereign?
Social Security, sovereign and,
Okay.
emancipated or whatever you want to call it. Like, okay, I don't want to name names, but they own homes and subscribe to some of the ideas of the corporation.
Private ownership.
Well, yeah, okay, we're all in this ship, and the ship was taken over by pirates. Okay, and so the pirates said,
Christian pirates, don't forget.
okay, fine.
Sorry.
But the ship was taken over by pirates, and so now to do business, you have to do commerce within the law of the pirates. So we're all kind of, for generations been stuck in that paradigm. So how do we, working not just true humans I'm outside of the corporation, but I have to work with people inside the corporation because we are heart of Aloha. We are God's people. We are true humans. So I don't think it's a cold turkey like, okay, today I'm a U.S. citizen, corporate slave. Tomorrow I'm a free man, Jesus Christ, hallelujah, right? No, there's a transition that it's not cold turkey. It does not have to be this traumatic civil war within ourselves and each other.
Yeah, there's no natural disasters or anything prompting that. It's like, what?
Well, the disaster has occurred. We're all living in a big fat lie. That's
We
a
are,
pretty
but-
big disaster.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah.
I guess I'm curious how. So if you get busted smoking pot on the street, right?
Okay.
And then they're like, okay, well here's your ticket. You got to come into this courthouse on this day.
Okay.
As someone who is not citizen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how.
Why do you
would
have
I
to
respond
show up?
to that? Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're gonna make a warrant then.
Well, wait a
right?
minute. Okay,
Bench
so
warrant,
okay,
then
you gotta respect
come
people.
after me.
The guy in the uniform, he writes you up a ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got a claim. You don't sign the ticket. Okay, but they have a protocol for people who don't sign. Okay, you're not signing the ticket. So now, what is your next step? You must put in writing your declaration of true status. Who are you? Where are you? What manner of law you stand on? And it doesn't hurt to have a history of what happened to Hawaii, what happened to America, 1871, and prior to that and to this very moment. Sure. You can put that history, or you can keep it very simple. Our Declaration of True Status that it's taken me years and years and years is down to 2 pages. Okay, and then if you want to write any personal extra information about the circumstances that
You would
occurred,
write that on
you can.
on the form, on their ticket.
No, we have a
Don't
basic.
sign it.
You don't sign anything. No, you file. And now the ladies at the courthouse go, oh, okay, we know what's coming.
You know this guy.
We know what's coming, and they're okay. If we wait too long, and the New World Order, which is no joke, Agenda 21 and all of that, right? Light blue helmets marching around, who knows what. Okay, if we wait too long to peacefully assert our true status and peacefully rebuke false claims, then like in Saudi Arabia, you don't like it?
Yeah.
Right, okay? Or if Libya wants to create their own currency, we'll just bomb the country. Okay, so, we are in a great position in Hawaii because we're in the belly of the beast. We're intermarried. We live aloha. But we got to go I think we need to go to the next lawful step. And it would be unprecedented, and that's why a little FCC-free radio station is important. I want to turn it over. I want it to be a public trust. So, like Kaliko and all the Hawaiian friends get together, and they olelo Hawaii on the station. And then we have heavy metal music, and then we have classical music, and then we have people talking about organic farming. And we also talk about law, the difference between Roman civil corporate law and God's natural law. So I think it's important. And Harry, we sat down with Harry. Roger was filming it. Harry said, "No, Gene, I know what you're saying here. I won't persecute you." I said, "Of course you're not going to persecute you. Everybody knows the emperor has no clothes in Hawaii. The question is, what are we going to do now that we remember who we are?" See, you can live with aloha. You can live lawfully. In fact, you're required to, by your creator, to stay in honor. Now, other folks tell me, "Oh, Gene, you're going right into Babylon, and you're going to rebuke them, and they're going to throw you in jail." And you know what? The threat of contempt of court has occurred. I was able to protect myself because I told Judge Takase, we stood on the mountain, we said no bulldozers up the mountain. I told Judge Takase, "Barbara," I was mad at her, I called her by her first name. "Barbara, you're going to perjure your oath again. You're threatening me with harm. We have not done any harm. And I know I have facts and evidence to prove you're not even lawful here." Holy stuck, right? So she says, "Okay, you come back in 2 months." Within that 2-month time, I get a letter, and the letter says, "Nole prosequa." Wow, what's that? That's not Hawaiian, is it? "Nole prosequa," I think it's Latin, means the prosecution realizes there's a fatal flaw in their claim. And what is the fatal flaw? No treaty of annexation. Oh, elephant in the room. But you know what? I still gonna love Barbara Takase. She's like my cousin. But she is perpetrating and enforcing unlawfulness. And so we must, with aloha, say, "Aole, aole, you can't do that." And we're doing it. We're doing it. And I get people telling me, you're going to get thrown in jail. And you know what? It could happen. You know, success in court doesn't necessarily you win and the judge discharges the case. No. Success means this, and it's not for everybody. Success means you stay in honor. That's success. And if more people stay in honor, game over. Kaliko!
Success is when they will try to help you, and they will try it, and the Supreme Court will overturn their judgments. But what they're going to do is they'll put you in jail and find ways to get you out of it. No, I'm living proof. I've been doing this since 1983. You know, they tell me this. We understand what you do. You don't belong in jail. But you see, like he said, you have to have honor and integrity and longevity. You know, we was doing this when it wasn't in vogue. You know, and now we have enough awakened people to take it to the next level. We chose this instead of going for guns and fighting against the people who look like them. We chose to go through the tickets. So all that energy and all that bad, negative stuff go there. Not on our community who love us and married with us. You know what I mean? We just had a meat conversation this morning. I said, bro, if we're going to go that way, after we exhaust all of our remedies, then you can shoot them. But we shoot our own people, our friends and family around us. No. Generals, governor, you know, you got to go for the guys who give in the order. If you're going to go that way. That's how the Hebrews or the Jews got their whole country back. They're supposed to be the chosen people. We're supposed to get them back by Aloha too. But we're not going to go that route. We're going to stay this route. Because already they get plenty instances of getting back the land by killing other people. And if you kill other people, it's how you're going to lose them again. But you gain them back through love and Aloha. Hey, I don't mind anybody outlove me. We welcome that kind of stuff. But if you kill us, then we gotta all go out. This whole team, make a whole families get even. And that's why our queen never go that way. She said, no, these are friends. But they're not the enemy, just friends who stole from us, our neighbors. Yeah. See this, this is a treaty of friendship. We never had a war. You know what I mean? We never had a war. It's our friends who stole from us. So they're all the groups. We upset a lot of groups. And every one of them have to explain it's not the enemy. If you tell me they're the enemy, they think, they don't know nothing yet. Because enemies supposed to kill you, steal your land, and do all the stuff they did. Friends cannot do that. And when you approach them as your friend, and that's who they are. Bro, give me back my shit. Stop it, bro. Everybody know now. What? You gonna make believe, still gonna be like that. But everybody know.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. The president admitted, right?
Yeah, we have a great opportunity.
You know what I mean? So it's a matter of, you know, for us, we are older. But I see a lot of young faces. And for us, Mauna Kea, when that happened, man, only our face. The older guys, who used to be the young guys at one time, and now we're the older guys. But when they came out, there was such a beautiful thing. You see the young people, we really research the thing, check it out, look at every angle, and wow, you guys right there. Because we wouldn't have done it in the beginning, it wasn't right. We would have done it this way if we never had great kupunas behind us. To say, this is not the, you don't attack them, you don't hurt them. This is your honor. They would teach them not to be our family. They taught them a whole different teaching.
I think the issue that we're having right now is that we have a school system that is part of the government,
So
but
saying
it's not
schooling
it's not teaching the kids about the laws and how
We have a right and responsibility to create programs and activities actually heal and educate and nurture each other in the land. We don't have to ask permission. We should engage all people, to collaborate with each other in best practices.
They don't teach history in school.
Yeah,
Public schools
it's
are
by
not
design. Yeah,
irresponsible.
it's by design.
Yeah, it is by design, and so unless people on the other side sort of begin to teach.
Well, we just do it ourselves. I mean, if you have the kuleana to help to create a school, then we do it. I just saw the teachers of Kaumeke School, which is the original Hawaiian immersion school. My son went to that school, and we could see the writing on the wall that the state of Hawaii DOE was taking away classrooms. And just a couple months ago now, there's no more school. They actually ended up at a little Hawaiian church for the kindergartens to third graders. So I think there's a silver lining to being pushed, all of us, into a corner. And like Kaliko says, it's brilliant. It's like, flip it around. It's not the enemy. We're friends fighting with each other. We've intermarried. We've co-created aloha culture. This does not take away from the native Hawaiian, the Kanaka Maoli culture and history and rights, legacy. It only adds. We just are adding to this new chapter of on earth as it is in heaven. I don't think Kealoha was just talking from, making it up. I think he really meant it. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. But it will require that we stay in honor and live within God's law. I'm not talking religiously, I'm talking spiritually.
I have a couple of cups of cold brew coffee that was brought by Daylight Mines, if anybody would like it. Just,
Yes. Anybody else?
We're gonna need some music now, you guys.
Okay, so
Thank you, everybody.
thank you everyone for that excellent speech. I was sitting over there getting a little massage and listening to that. That was really interesting. So thank you so much. Please, everybody, we're going to enjoy some music over here. This is going to be Lalita and Unity playing together. And they're going to do a set until about 5:15. And at 5:15, then Uncle Kaliko and his group.
Yeah, I'm glad that you have a positive spin on it.
Hello, everybody. Here we are in beautiful Wood Valley. Let's do it right across on that side. And a little horse ranch. The Kaliko guys, they play for the Hawaiian Nation.
That's why we're all here. I mean, we're battling with these blue ion battery technology and other things. Like, we can fight from here and make a difference around the entire planet. From here, we don't have to leave this land.
Well, English is my second language, but I think it has something to do
So what's your primary language if it's not English? Japanese, right?
Yeah, he sounds sometimes. I don't know him that well anymore. I really
Darkness is the currents of light.
That's my middle name. So, we're gonna do a big call.
Yeah, that's on your business card.
Yeah. I have pets, but I do not have children. I have 2 African spur-thighed tortoises.
Oh.
Yeah, they're about this big. I got them when they were like this big. Yeah, they're cool. They're the 3rd largest tortoise species on the planet.
See one of the.
They're in the same bin. They're just folded bin. I need to do something. No, yeah. No, they don't. Not really. They're good to throw like garden scraps too. Like when you have like
it helps them get over themselves.
over, so it's kind of like another way. They take their manure and good fertilizer for the kind. Yeah. And then I have a just a Kaliko kitten that's kind of like a Persian kitten that I acquired, and then I have a Siberian Husky Alaskan that's white with white eyes. Yeah, it's just a very interesting creature. So the dog is kind of challenging on the way. I migrated over to Hawaii, I had a boxer that I kind of bred from birth. And when I migrated over here, I migrated over with a couple people, including my mother, and my mother was kind of heartbroken that we didn't bring the dog. So we had an opportunity I was looking for an animal, and my buddy had a nice Siberian husky mountain mix. And I said, hey, do you know the breeder or whatnot? And he was able to catch me through. And they're like, we have a litter right now. There was like a bunch of them under like a house and stuff like that. I had to kind of like dig and find. And I was like, oh, this little white putzball. Yeah. She is 5. Yeah, she's a high strung animal. All huskies are. Like, she's like high energy all the time. So good. I'll see you around all yes. In war, we go forth. And then a cat, I had a friend leave the island that I knew he got ticket. And I was like, you know what? I have no problem keeping this animal if you want to. Yeah. And it's a very local animal. It's very like talkative. It's like very affectionate. Just like wants to be touched. She's the man. Yeah, you do look very relaxed.
Yeah, she's very beautiful.
People talked about it.
That's the last time you saw files.
Say something like you just dedicate to all the people guys.
Give us the walk around.
I'm doing all the real. Save all that. Neutralize all the poison.
Yeah. There's a day here and there that I but on occasion. But I like a longer on occasion too, like a weekend.
the young ones who find a way out there. You come back, you say, Mom, save the world, save the people. Save our floating planet. Ow! To the skies. And love and aloha.
His name.
Yeah, thanks for
We have to continue on. Give the young ones a solid footing. What that did was
yeah.
O nao nai ta hala me ka lehua e he hale lehua no ia nata no oe. O ka uno ia e li ani e ano i nei. E li ani hoi o hiki mai. A hiki mai no oko. A hiki puno me ke aloha. Aloha e, aloha e. Mahalo ia o kua pau ka hele ana mai ki la. Iuka nei maluka o pahala. E pā mai nei ka makani maluna o kako. I ola ho i ka aina, i ola ho i ke kanaka. I ola ka uhane mai loko mai. A hua e ho i ke aloha i vaina o kako a pau. No leila kia mahalo nui ka hui ana o kako. Ka pupu li i o ka poe. E pupu aloha na hoi. Iuka nei. Aina nani. No leila, to begin, thanks that everybody is here, that the winds have all blown up from the sea, from the seaside that's bringing us here, and that we're blessed like this, like the way that the mist settle on the mountains, the mist that is our union settles on us too, in this little space up above Pahala.